The next exciting episode. I can't get this thing to work. Okay. 3, 2, 1. In this video we will discuss 5 wine tasting hacks that will help you to enjoy wine more, evaluate wine and build your wine skills. Hi there, my name is Daniel Human and I have a passion to teach people about wine and to get them to enjoy wines more. In this video we will discuss 5 ways to enhance your ability to enjoy wines even more. Number 5. The right glass. It is quite important to use the right glass when tasting wine. Remember, we are not discussing drinking wine. To drink wine you can use any glass or any vessels for that matter. You can even drink it out of the bottle. However, if you want to truly enjoy the entire experience of wine, you have to focus on the tools that you use. The right glass to use to taste wine, and if you choose to evaluate wine, has the following characteristics. It should be tulip shaped. This is so that you can swirl the wine. We'll get to that later. It should have a stem. Stemless glasses are wonderful to look at and cool on the table, but are not the best to taste the wine. Why? Because when you hold them you heat the wine. It should not be too big or too tall. If you love your burgundy balloon glasses, you keep them for the drinking. For the tasting you use a glass like this one. Use the same glass shape when you taste different wines. You want the same airspace and the same height. Number 4. The right temperature. There are many myths about wine and temperature. We used to believe that all white wine should be chilled and red wines not. This is old school and quite limiting. It is far better to have the whites a little warmer so that they release their lovely aromas, and to have the red a little cooler to present the fresh fruit flavors. The old saying about room temperature was a Victorian era saying when room temperature was far cooler. Number 3. Decant, decant, decant. You should decant both your red and your white wines. By getting a nice large surface, as you have in a good decanter, you introduce oxygen to the wine and you get rid of some of the nasties. Who loves a whiff of sulfur or a blast of volatile acidity with an ammonia reek? If you do, then go and clean the oven. You'll get quite enough of those aromas there. By unlocking older wines through decanting, the flavors open up generously and there's a lot more to explore and enjoy. Number 2. Use your senses. First you need to smell the wine, as this will present a snapshot of the fruit and other aromas. This is called autonasal smells. But then you need to get to tasting. You need to slurp a little air through the wine in your mouth. This way you get the real smells to hit the real jackpot of taste. This is called retronasal smells, where a lot of small receptors, the ones that actually get you to taste food, kick in. Have you ever enjoyed your meal with your nose blocked? This is because a blocked nose knocks out the retronasal smelling. You don't need to get weird about it and slurp and gargle and slobber on the tablecloth. This does not add to the enjoyment and sure as heck will influence the enjoyment of people around you. Just get in there and engage a little deeper with the wine. You will reap the rewards immediately. And now for the number 1 hack. And then we'll give you a bonus hack at the end of this video to get you to do even more wine tasting like a boss. But before we get there, if you like what you see and what you learn, please subscribe. Also, if you like the video or save the video, you will help others find it easier so that they can also learn more about the wonderful world of wine. Also, if you have any comments, share them below and we can have a chat about them. And now for the number 1 hack, seeing your smells. Number 1, build your vocabulary. The one thing about smells is that they are incredibly powerful memory prompts. In fact, the brain translates a smell to an image and then to a memory. So you actually see with your nose. Now what you need to do is build the ability to communicate this information. The way to do it is simple but requires work. Yes, sorry to say, but you have to develop these skills. There is no shortcut to do this. But the good news is that it is pleasing. It is a journey that you will enjoy and that will reward you over and over again. In fact, an entire new world will open up for you. The first time you actually smell a diesel rag in a glass of Riesling sounds weird, but then when you have your next Riesling, you will look out for it. The simple way to learn this is to get some good quality jams, fruit and fresh herbs to assist you. Get a jar of good raspberry jam, strawberry jam, blackcurrant jam and cranberry jelly. Get some rosemary, a cigar, a leather shoe and some vanilla biscuits. Have your jars of spice on the table: cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, star anise. It sounds strange, but if you have these items before you and get a smell on the wine, then go through the jams to see which one fits best. These are called tasting standards. Very quickly you will build up a great vocabulary and a great ability to identify these smells in any wine. In fact, it will open your senses so that you will start to smell flowers like hibiscus and jasmine, just to remind you and to store the smell in your new vocabulary. And now for the bonus hack. When you taste wine, your smell diminishes quite quickly. If you are tasting more than one wine, you will find the second one to be far more difficult than the first. What you need to do is simple. You need to reset your nose. The best way to do this is to have some coffee beans close. Take a little sniff of the beans between wines and you will reset your nose again and smell all the nuances of the second wine as well. Also, as another bonus, have a sip of pure water between wines. This will reset your palate as well. And that is it for today. Welcome to the wonderful world of wine. I know that we will have a lot of fun exploring wine varietals, wine countries and wine styles together. And the wonderful thing is that every year it is new again. This is a great hobby and a great pastime. It's all about fun, friends, life and enjoyment. So join us by subscribing and we will have another episode ready soon.